help you to not be a victim.
What? What do you mean you don't lock your doors? You don't want him near me.
And then Hey everyone, welcome to dubventures and welcome to another video. In a recent video you'll have seen that we were attacked in our camper van where we slept. What we're going to do in today's video, we're going to give you guys some tips and things that you can do to potentially offset some type of attack when you travel, and some simple steps that you can take to protect yourself.
Hi, let's start off with a few simple tips. Most modern vehicles automatically lock when you drive off. If yours doesn't do this, get into the habit of manually locking your doors when you travel.
Now, whatever way that you lock your doors when you're travelling, if you're in a camper van and you lock the doors, even if it's done automatically or manually, you need to check that that actually locks like the doors, like your sliding door and your rear doors and things, because we found out that by locking the doors in the front, it doesn't necessarily mean that the other doors are locked. So you need to check that, because you might have to like press the button twice.
When you travel, don't leave like valuable things on shore, like your phones, your handbags, anything along those lines on the seat, because it just can attract thieves. On that point, if it's a hot summer day and you're pulling up to some traffic lights and your windows are all the way down, just think maybe wind your windows up a little bit at the traffic lights, just because you never know who's stood near your car that can just grab anything. If you're doing an overnight stay, make sure your phone is charged up at all times. Another thing to consider is getting a personal attack alarm. Now, we are going to go into this further in the video. We have got some to give away to you guys as well.
So guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to give you guys some like really good tips that's going to potentially help you to not be a victim when you're traveling and doing some overnight stays. So when we told you guys about what had happened when we was traveling, and you know that incident happened where we got attacked while we slept in our camper van, you guys have reached out to us and you've been giving us sort of like advice and tips and different things, and like everybody else has like been reading them and like, oh, they're like really good ideas and things. Now, one thing that got mentioned a lot was a lot of people suggesting that you get CCTV in your camper van. Now, I always thought, how do you get CCTV in your camper van? Now, in a recent video, we actually fitted a dash cam. You'll just see it there. And on that dash cam, it had a rear view camera that, you know, we wasn't going to use because we don't have any windows in our van. But what we decided to do was, we've actually fitted the rear view camera so that it comes along here. We fitted it so it's heading out the way. And we've got it tucked up there. Now, what that does is, we've actually got a dash cam that is a Wi-Fi dash cam. So that means if we've got power running to that, we can see by looking on an app and like look outside and everything. So, you know, there is different ways to get CCTV on your van. It's a really good idea, and it's something that I suggest that you guys maybe have a look into.
So if you're doing an overnight stay and you're wild camping, you need to be aware of your parking position and reverse into your space so that you know you can easily just drive away if you need to.
When you get to your wild camping spot, don't just think that by reversing in, you know, that if you need to leave in an emergency is like the best way that you can sort of like deal with things. You need to know that if you do have to drive off in an emergency, which way do you need to go? Because if it's dark where you are and you don't know the area, just do a little bit of research before you actually park up, and know that if you turn left, it might be, you know, you're going like nowhere, but if you turn right, it might lead to like a town or something. So just be aware of where you need to go if you do need to leave in an emergency.
One thing that I didn't actually even consider at one point was, when you're wild camping, do not cover your front windows. So when you're covering up at night time, some people have an outdoor one that goes over the wing mirrors. When you're wild camping, you should not be using them, because it means you have to get out to take that off to be able to drive away. Don't do it.
Don't ever, when you go to bed, when you're like wild camping, leave any equipment outside the van, because in a place like, you might think that there's no one else about and you found this amazing secluded spot, you know, well, if you found that secluded spot, someone else can. Well, exactly. Now, the thing is, if people see camping chairs and like fire pits and things like that outside, what are people going to think? Tourists or something. So, you know, you're making yourself stand out.
So one thing we realised was, off the previous video that we did, a lot of the comments, people was telling us that they don't lock the doors. What? What do you mean you don't lock your doors? You need to lock your doors!
I know, like, people's like saying to us, oh, you know, if things like that can happen, I better start locking my doors. And as Brooke just said, we was like,
what?
What? Guys, when you're in your van at night time and you're settling down for the night, lock your doors. Now, some camper vans, when you lock the door, if you use the alarm fob, you know, it can set the alarm off. There is ways, if you check your user manual, that you can actually lock it with the alarm on, and you won't trigger the alarm off during the night if you're moving about. So lock your doors, guys.
Lock your doors. One thing I was thinking about when we was discussing this video was your swivel seat. At night time, when you go to sleep at night time, put your swivel seat back. Don't know if you have to leave in an emergency. It takes time to turn that swivel seat back round. It doesn't matter if it's seconds or minutes, it's still time. So don't waste time. Just before you go to sleep, put that swivel seat back in position.
So when you get to your well camping spot, let's say it's a car park that you're parking in, have a look around, sort of like use your head and think to yourself, if there's broken glass on the floor from like cars and things, yeah, you might not want to be like camping there. If there's rubbish on the floor, like takeaway wrappers and things, but yet there's no cars in the car park, does that mean that people are turning up at night time, chilling there and like potentially like throwing rubbish out the windows, which is like groups of people? Is the car park where you're staying, is it like right next to someone's house? Is it next to an industrial estate where people are working and things? Is there groups of people like hanging about, you know? Is the cars that are coming and going with like, you know, like noisy groups and things, you know? You need to like take these things into consideration, because if that's happening and you're parked overnight, some people might think it's quite funny to maybe do something to annoy you during the night. So
how many times have you done this? Where's my keys? Where did I put them? I can't find my keys. You know you've done it. Make sure you know exactly where you put them keys, where your keys are at all times, because if you have to leave in a hurry, you need to be able to grab your keys. So make sure wherever you sleep, they are in arm's reach so you can just grab them keys when you need them. Also, if your camper van does have an alarm, you might actually be able to use your keys to set off some sort of panic alarm.
it goes without saying, now this is a tip that I really do recommend that you guys take on board and, you know, do something about this. Get a very, very strong, powerful quality torch. Now the torch that we've got, I'm going to put a link in the description for you. It's really powerful. They're not cheap, but you know what? They're worth it. Because a really good deterrent, if somebody's like, you can hear someone around your camper van, just shining your torch outside where it lights everything up is a really good deterrent. So if you're well camping and it's not very level where you are and you decide to get your wheel levelers out,
people kind of know already that you're wild camping.
Exactly. Now the other thing is as well, if you've got them in a certain position and again you need to leave like in a hurry, number one, you're going to be ended up like leaving your wheel levelers behind. But it's not just that. You might struggle to sort of like leave, you know, the position that you're in if it's like stuck under your wheels and that. So now the thing is, when you do go well camping, it goes without saying, number one, leave no trace. I mean, that's like the number one rule about any well camping or any type of camping that you do.
No trace.
Yeah, leave no trace whatsoever. And we know that all you amazing people that watch us, you don't do that anyway, and you know, we're proud of that. It goes without saying, don't be pulling up outside someone's house on a residential street and then, you know, start camping there and things. And it's like, listen, it's not illegal to outside someone's house, and you know, if your vehicle's legal, there's nothing you can do about it. But come on.
Would you want someone camping outside your front door?
No. Now the thing is, we know that most van life people, they don't do that. They don't park in residential areas outside someone's house
because they want to see nice things and
exactly.
peace and quiet. You get to your camping spots and there's a sign there that says no overnight parking here. Just respect it. Don't camp there. And also, some places that we've found also say you need a permit. If you actually look into that permit, it's pounds. Like, it doesn't even cost that much. Just buy a permit if you want to camp there.
Guys, to have a safe like well camping experience, you just need to take some precautions. Think about what you're doing and put yourself in a position that if you lived local to where like you was well camping, what would you do any different? And you know, the safety tips that we're giving you, it's just like precautionary things. It's nothing to be scared of, but it's better to have some type of preparation. Like, you know, get your torch, grab your keys if you need to leave, in the seat, off you go. Not, oh, I need to find my keys, I need to swivel the seat for levelers, and like I said, you know, you pull out and you're like, right, oh, I don't know where to go and things, you know, just little things like that, you know, will go a long way. Now, at the beginning of this video, we did say that we've got some personal attack alarms to give you guys. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a little demo of what these are and why we feel they're so important that, you know what, everybody should get one.
So I just want to say thank you to Ashley for sending us these, and we do have some of these to give away to you guys as well.
So if you've not seen something like this before, it's a personal attack alarm that you can have it attached to your keys, and then we're going to give you a demo in a minute. And then basically, if you know you feel that like you need to draw some attention to yourself and like push away sort of like wannabe attackers or you know anything like that, or you don't feel safe or anything, all you're going to do is, I'm not going to do it just yet because it's right next to my ear, because guys, they are loud. We'll give you a demo in a minute. So guys, I'm some sort of like dodgy person that's coming along.
I definitely don't want him near me.
And then
That is loud.
So as you can see, that is loud. Now, anything that you can do that just gives you that little bit of a chance of drawing attention to yourself or anything, if you feel under threat, then something like this is ideal.
All you do to turn it off is just push the pin back in as well. These will run for an hour continuously, and at that stage someone will have wanted this to be turned off and will know that they need to come and see what it is. Ashley, the company that has sent us these, work with the NHS, work with the police, and they are a reputable products. So I just want to say thank you again to Ashley for sending us these, because they have sent us some that we can give away to you guys as well. But if you don't get one from us today, you can actually get one of these, and I'll leave a link in the description below.
Now, I just want to point out here that this is not a paid promotion. Ashley have not paid us to like say anything about these. Got in touch with us after they seen the video, and you know, they said that like these products might be ideal for your audience, and we basically turned around and said, listen, we will advertise these products because they're fantastic, such a good idea, such a good thing to have. And like I said, we're not being paid for this, but we do highly recommend them. Now, we've got some to give away. To give them away, you know, it's difficult to sort of like pick and choose who we can give these to. So all we're going to say is, if you're not a subscriber already, hit the subscribe button. And if you are a subscriber, we do have a list of all the subscribers, and what we're going to do is, we are just going to pick, if you send us a comment and it just says hi, and then if you can share this video as well, you know, just to get like the word out, because this video can potentially help people, and this is why we're doing it. We will then, in a couple of weeks, we will just pick some people and we're going to send these alarms to you guys. So
on that note as well,
that's a mouthful.
We've obviously given you a lot of tips today, but obviously we don't know everything. So if you've got an idea of something that's like will help people,
yeah,
then make sure you pop that in the comments below as well, because we just want to share our experiences and help people. Because
we've had a lot of comments about people saying like how, you know, like the fearful part of like van life, that, you know, people are like uncertain about certain things. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to like give you guys tips, basic tips about what you can do that might help you in, you know, a situation that, you know, you might feel a bit of fear or you need to move on and things. So guys, hit that subscribe button. I hope this video has been helpful. Like Brooke said, do get it in the comments, the tips that you guys have got, because I've just remembered a tip that one of our subscribers gave us. Brilliantness. Do you want to tell them? So they swapped the stickers from the fuel tank to the waste tank, and so if anyone tried to siphon fuel from the fuel tank, it was actually the waste tank. I mean, simple little things like that, that's brilliant. But yeah, guys, if you've got any tips, stick it in the comments below. So check out the link below for Ashley to get one of yourself these personal attack alarms. And until the next one, guys, thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye.